I'm going to ask a big question here as we get into part 2, the 10-page Google Doc funnel PDF secret. How many of you have a PDF right now that you think is super enticing, super easy to learn something from, super easy to act on, that you can sell? How many of you right now have something that you think is short, sweet, to the point, delivers huge value, and it's worth at least 10 bucks? Short, sweet, to the point, gets a result, and it's worth 10 bucks at least. Let me ask you a question. How many of you it takes the pressure off a little bit when you realize you're just charging 10 bucks? How many of you that takes the pressure off a little bit? Every one of my people here that I know are usually selling stuff that's a lot more expensive. 10 bucks, just teach them one core thing. One problem, one solution, okay? One problem, one solution. One problem, one solution, okay? Now, somebody says, how would you apply this to a cryotherapy business? Teach me the benefits, teach me exactly what to do at home in terms of taking a cold shower to get rid of muscle soreness. Could you do that, Tim Fitzgerald? Could you do that? Could you teach me how to get rid of some muscle soreness and to recover quicker with just cold showers? And give me a step-by-step of how long, what I should do. Could you teach me that? Could you teach me how to do that? I guarantee you could. And the point here is if you taught me that, if you gave me the cold shower secret, how to recover faster and feel better with a step-by-step cold shower routine, do you think I would pay 10 bucks for that right now? By the way, Tim, I would pay 10 bucks for that right now. I'd pay 10 bucks for it right now. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? So the point that I'm trying to get across is, does it have to be anything over the top? Does it have to be anything over the top? Lana says, how do I teach kids to code in a $10 document? You don't. You teach kids how to code their first program. You teach them what to use as a compiler. You teach them how to put it together. And all they have to get on out of the other end is, I coded this thing. What are they going to be hungry for when they code their first program? What are they going to be hungry for when you teach them how to code a simple hello world or something simple that you could do in 10 pages? What are they going to be hungry for? They're going to be hungry for more. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Teach them something that gets them an immediate, oh my gosh, I did it moment. That's it. So here's the thing. Let's get into this. Part 2, the 10-page Google Doc PDF secret. I want you guys to understand you might suck at this at first. You might suck at this at first. I would be glad to look over your idea before you actually write it, though. Okay? I would be glad to look over your idea before you actually write it. The idea is we're giving somebody something that they can get a result from. Does everybody understand that? We're not giving them something that qualifies them. We're not giving something that says, this is your plan for doing something 10 years down the road. We're giving them something that helps them solve one problem, one tiny little problem that happens to relate to bigger problems. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? So here's the thing. You're going to suck at this at first, but once you train your brain to look for these things, you'll make your entire living by doing just this. How do I know? Because about 13 years ago, it clicked with me. About 13 years ago, I started to figure out how to build a filter into my brain that filtered out what were the kinds of ideas that were small, that people needed solved, that I could charge for. Does anybody remember what I used to charge for that a lot of my customer base came from? How much money would I charge to come through the door for the first product? I want you guys to understand, I once sold a product for $3, and a week later turned that customer base into $10,000 in an hour. The people that came through for the $3 thing ended up spending, 5 of them ended up spending $2,000 with me. Does this make sense to everybody what I'm saying? It's all about getting the customer through the door and giving them a result. So here's what I want you to do. Every single one of you right now, I want you to open up a Google Doc. I want you to open up a Google Doc for me. And I want you to write this down. You don't have to answer these questions yet, but I want you to write this down. Okay? Who is your ideal customer? What are a few core problems that your ideal customer faces? What is a 5-step or under trick you could teach them that would make their life easier and solve one of the above problems? What do they get out of knowing the trick? Can you guys do this? You can screenshot this slide if you want to. I'm sure I've got some misspellings and stuff on it, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. Does this make sense? Give me a yes if so. Give me a yes if so. You want to do this together so you can get an example? Want to do it together? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a Google Doc. Can everybody see the Google Doc that I've got on the screen right now? Give me a yes if so. Okay, good. Good. So, real simple, we're going to take those questions. We're going to pop them in, except for I'm going to do it a little better. And we're going to answer these questions. Okay? We're going to answer these questions. We're going to bullet them so that they're easier to read. Everybody got it? So what I want you to do is I want you to answer these questions. I'm going to answer these questions just to give you an idea. My ideal customer is males around the age of 32 who are looking to leave their day job and start their own business from scratch. That business is going to be based on something that they are passionate about. So far, so good. Give me a yes if so. So far, so good. They want to make their full-time income from this business. The reason they haven't left their current gig yet is because they lack the confidence and network to make it happen. They think they lack the confidence and network to make it happen. So far, so good. Now, Could you get way more in depth with this? Could you get way more in depth with this? Sure. Do we need to get way more in depth with this right now? No, we don't. Right now, I want you guys to type this stream of consciousness. Give me a number 1 if you understand that. Give me a number 1 if you understand that. Stream of consciousness, meaning just sit down and type who you think it is. Okay? From there, what are a few core problems your customer faces? Talking to strangers. Selling their product to people that they don't know. Attracting new customers. What else we got? What else do we got in here? What else could be a big part of this? Marketing their business in person, marketing their business online. So far, so good. Fear of failure. Yeah. Now, is there more things that I could put in here? Is there more things that I could put in here? Yeah, but it's a good start, okay? What is a 5-step or under trick you could teach them? How to walk into a new city and start making friends and fans. You can turn to customers or partners later. Let's see. How to get financing for your first business. So maybe, and see, I thought of another one. What else we got? How to use Facebook groups, get new customers for your business. How to leverage the Chamber of Commerce to get your first 100 customers. You guys understand where I'm going with this? Stream of consciousness, just type. Don't think so much about this right now. Just type. How many of you can sit down and do this very easily? Can you guys do this? So they can get the confidence to meet new people and get exposure for their business. The blueprint, getting new customers through the door using Facebook groups. But overall, all of them sort of come down to this: the ability to get new customers and sales through the door, right? Like overall, that's kind of the ball game, right? And with that, independence to run, you got to spell though, to run their life the way they want to run it. everybody understand very simply what I'm doing here. I'm not overthinking it, because here's what you all need to know. Most of you, when it comes to the market that you want to serve, already know a lot of this stuff. You just got to sit down and go. You got to get out of too much framework, and you just got to answer the questions. Okay? Now, from here, what is something that you think is very good that would be ideal for your people, that would be a little different? I'm not sure I want to teach another Facebook groups thing. I'm not sure I want to teach another Facebook ads thing, right? But you know what I would kind of like to teach? I'd love to teach people how to walk into a new city, and create a network from scratch. Talk to strangers. I think that's incredibly interesting, and I happen to be pretty good at it. So pick one. Pick one. Does it all lead here? Do all of those lead to here? Yeah. Most of the people that I know that are kind of crappy at sales, you know what they're actually crappy at? You know what they're actually crappy at? Starting conversations. You guys believe me? You guys believe me? Most of the people that I know that can't sell their stuff, they're good at the technical part. They're just not so good at the part which is talking to strangers. So here's what I do from here. I go down to the next page. How to walk into any city, any new city, town, and make friends and fans for the benefit of growing your own business. Now, what do I do next? I got to do the steps, right? I got to do the steps. So for me, the steps are important. I'm just free thought here. Free thought. Step one, figure out the audience you want for your business, and figure out where they, actually, let's do this. Figure out the audience you want for your business. Figure out where they hang out. Okay? So far, so good? If I want to grow my business by meeting new people, number one, I got to know who they are. Who's my ideal customer? Where do they hang out? Number three, I know, find the gatekeeper, or what we would call more accurately, find the linchpin of the social group you want to infiltrate. I'll explain this in a minute. Number three, start a conversation with the linchpin using this secret technique. Number four, Or number 5. Once the linchpin has given you their blessing, use the I'm your friend greeting to meet others. 6, ask these 4 questions to everyone you get in a conversation with. Invite those you click with to a different location. Now, you all won't necessarily understand these yet if you don't know my method, right? But does everybody understand how I have the big bullet points for my PDF right here? What did I just do here? I went from a brainstorming session here. I took one of the topics that I knew, which is how to make friends from scratch. And I laid out the individual steps that I go through every time I'm in a new city or in a new place to go from somebody not knowing who I am to getting into a private meeting with them. Now, give me a number 1 if you understand so far. Give me a number 1 if you understand so far. What does each one of these bullet points represent? If you're lost, that's okay. But what does each one of these bullet points represent? It represents a content section, aka it represents a page in the PDF. Everybody got me? Everybody understand that each one of these represents a page in the PDF. Now, underneath each one of these headings, are there going to be an explanation of what that step is and how to fulfill that step on the actual page, right? But what I've done here is given myself a map of what the content of my thing is. How many of you want to learn how this actually works so that this makes more sense? Should I explain these? Should I explain what this is so that this actually makes more sense when I build it into a PDF, or do you would just build the PDF? I'll wait for your answers. All right, so you guys, no matter where I am, I have a framework to walk in somewhere and make a friend. So here's the idea. Once I know in step 1 who my audience is, let's say my audience is business people that have businesses that are kind of like mine. They're business owners or they work at prestigious businesses, and it's the kind of businesses that maybe are my customer, right? So I'm a B2B company. I need other businesses, okay? I want to hang out at, let's say, an after hours bar, where these people hang out after work. Everybody got that so far? So I would go on, figure out where they hang out. I would go on and I would do a little research on Facebook to find where's kind of the business casual places that have after hours specials, like happy hour stuff, because I know it's aimed at these people. Does that make sense? So far, so good? So in this step 2, I would go through, here's how you get on Facebook. You find these places in a new city that maybe you've just flown into that do after hours, happy hours for these kinds of groups. From there, you find the linchpin of the social group you want to infiltrate. Who is the linchpin in every after hours bar that does a happy hour for business people? Who's the linchpin? This one's super easy. The bartender. If you go into any bar, the linchpin is there. They are paid to make people feel welcome. Would you agree with me on that? The bartenders are paid to make people feel welcome. So if I am going to a business bar, like where business people come afterwards for happy hour with their coworkers, I am finding the linchpin is easy. The linchpin of the social group is the bartender. Probably the reason these people come to this bar is because they like the bartenders. Start a conversation with the linchpin using a secret technique. The secret technique is I go up to the bartender and I order a drink. And when they've got a couple of minutes, I just say, "Hey, you guys been busy tonight? What's going on? Is this? It seems like a very business crowd." I start a conversation with a few super simple questions. How's the night been? Have you been busy? What is this crowd? This is interesting. Seems like a very businessy crowd. The bartender needs to be seen talking to me, or the center of the social group, the linchpin, needs to be seen talking to me. Does everybody understand this so far? Once people around me see me talking to the linchpin, the person that they all know that their job is to make everybody comfortable, you have the blessing. When people come up and talk to the bartender that I'm standing next to, or I'm standing at the bar, I say, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How's things?" I don't go deep. This is step number 5. I say, "Hi, how you doing? How are things? You guys been busy?" I act like I know them. I simply just, when I talk to anybody in a new place, I don't try to trap them in a conversation, but I act like I know them. "Hey, how's your day going? Hey, how you doing?" Act like I know them. People that are open to conversations, they'll start a conversation with you. From there, I ask 4 questions to everybody you get in a conversation with. When they start saying, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" There's 4 questions that I ask back and forth. From there, anybody that I click with, that as I'm standing in that location, we invite to a different location. "Hey, I'm actually doing lunch here tomorrow. You want to come do lunch for me? I'd love to know more about what you do." That's how you get to know people. Short, sweet, to the point. Now, obviously, I would give you more in-depth on that in the write-up, but that is a step-by-step from going to 0 to 60 and making friends. Now, are you going to make friends with everybody you interact with in this situation? Are you going to click with everybody you interact with in this situation? No, but that's it. Now, I taught it just so you got some context, but from here, what I want you to understand is what we actually do with this. Can you see this? This is a Canva template. Can you guys see the Canva template? Give me a number 1 if so. Give me a number 1 if so. So we're going to copy this. Actually, first I'm going to make a copy so I don't mess up the core template. We'll make a copy of this. I'll make this as our call example. We're going to paste this into here. That's a little too big, so we're going to shrink it up a little bit. There's your title. So far, so good? There's your title. Okay? In this part, it says read this part first. Hey, my name is Ben Atkins, and I am so excited that you picked this guide up. Over the years, I've become somewhat of an expert in making new friends and growing fans of my various businesses. Inside of this short, powerful guide, I'm going to walk you through how you could do the same. Even if you consider yourself a shy person. Enjoy the guide. Feel free to send me questions. So far, so good. Just an intro page. Just an intro page with your picture. Nothing fancy. Just so they can put a face with it. Is this important? Yeah. Now, next page. Everybody see this page. Everybody see this page. Give me number 1 if you can see this page. I'm going to go grab this step. Step 1. Okay. Now we're going to make it smaller. I'm going to scooch this down a bit. So we got this and this. And then I'm literally going to type the step-by-step through here. And if a picture needs to go in here to give it some color, I'm going to do that. Everybody got me so far. Right? So I would say, before we can get started with actually meeting people, you need to know kind of people that we want to meet and who would make a good customer. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, photos. I'm going to type in target. Who is your target audience for your business? Let's do this. Answer the following questions. What core problem do you solve for them? 3, how is your solution unique in the market? What can you tell me? Or let's do this. With number 4, let's say, why is your product something interesting that you'd like to talk to them about? Just, that's a start. Everybody understand kind of where I'm going with this? Okay, from here, we copy this page. We go back to our questions. Step 2. Figure out where they hang out. And on this page, I'm not going to do it from scratch because I don't want to bore you guys. I'll finish this when we get done. But does everybody understand what I'm doing here page after page in terms of typing each of the steps of the process out? Give me a number 1 if you understand. Give me a number 2 if you already have a step-by-step that you could put into something here that you're already thinking about. Yeah? How many of you are going to leverage my offer to send me your idea so I can help you? Give me a yes. How many of you are going to leverage my offer to look over your idea and send it to me? I want to do that. Make sure you send it to me, okay? So from here, we fill out all these pages. Once you're done with all of the steps here, the last page is simply, what do you do next? Tell them to go use what they just learned. And if you want to, you can point them to another product. Everybody got that? Everybody understand that's it. That's what we're doing. That's the PDF. Now from here, you click share when you're done. Obviously this isn't done. We click download. We go up to PDF standard. We go to flatten PDF and we download. Give me a number 1 if so far so good. You understand where we're going. And listen, I get it. If you're like, well, Ben, it's easy for you because you've done this 1,000 times, it's not easy for me. Send me your ideas. I'll help you shape them. The key is not that you're perfect at coming up with this the first time. The key is once you get it once, you'll understand the filter. You'll understand the filter. By the way, here's what we're doing with the PDF as soon as it's done. As soon as this PDF is done, let's open it up, make sure it looks good. Okay, here's our PDF. Obviously, we didn't finish it, but you guys get the idea. I'm going to go over here to Google Drive. I'm going to create a new folder that says something like My PDF Downloads. So new folder. I call it My PDF Downloads. I'm now going to upload my file. I'm going to go here, find it in my downloads. Here it is. And we are uploading this file. Can everybody see that it uploaded right here? From here, you can preview it. You can click this link. So we're going to click Get Link. Anyone with the link and copy link. Does everybody understand now you have a file that you can deliver? Does everybody understand now you have a file that you can deliver? Let me ask you a question. How many of you can build this PDF with some secret that you've been holding in for a while? Something you learned from me in a course? Can you do this? How many of you are sitting there right now? How many of you are sitting there right now thinking, I can't think of anything that I could do this on? Give me a number 3 in the box if that's you. If you can't think of something to build one on, go back to one of my marketing courses. Put the method in your own words, because all my marketing courses are step-by-step, and aim it at a specific niche. Meaning, I teach you guys as agency owners, aim the marketing technique specifically at dentists, at chiropractors, Just niche it down. Does everybody understand? All of you have a trick if you've ever bought anything from me before. All of you have tricks. You just don't know how to access those yet because you don't think that way all the time. But that's how we do it. That's how I build a PDF fast. So far, does this make sense? Give me a number 1 if you're following me so far. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Now, we got to build the mechanism of taking money. We have to build the mechanism of taking money and delivering the product, correct? Correct? Carolyn says, how do we share our existing PDFs with you to get feedback? Carolyn, send them to my support desk at drbenhelp.com, DRBEN help.com, and I'll get you an answer. Okay?